For those that don't know or haven't heard of Beast Games, it's a reality game show on Amazon Prime by YouTuber Mr. Beast. The show consisted of 1,000 contestants trying to win a prize pool of $5 million, with more along the way. It consisted of 10 episodes, and its first full season is now concluded, and it looks like there could be a second season on the way. Beast Games broke numerous records in its first season, from the most contestants in a single reality show to the most money won in a game show. There's a lot that people can learn from this from a business perspective. Jimmy was always one step ahead. Just when you thought that you knew what the game would be or how many contestants would be eliminated, he'd always put in the right kind of twist. Whether it was that friends that teamed up had to eliminate each other, or someone had to be a self-sacrifice for other players, the show was always keeping the viewers guessing on what the next game or elimination would be. An example of this is when there was 10 contestants remaining. The 10 contestants had to go into a room, and then Mr. Beast brought out a $1 million prize, and he called them out one by one, and they were each able to take a certain amount that they wanted of that 1 million. Of course, 1 million divides by 10 to be 100,000 each, so if they all wanted to be fair, that's what would happen. The first contestant did this, and the second and third did not do this. They took way too much money, and then the last contestants were left with very little. But this whole time, it left the viewer wondering what's going to happen with this money. Is it going to matter? And is having more or less of this $1 million going to affect the player's chance of remaining in the game? One contestant took over half of the prize pool himself, and one of the contestants had $0. The contestant with $0 did this as a strategy because he thought that having little would help him later on in the game. This is just one of the many examples that Mr. Beast put the contestants in to provide as entertaining of a show as possible. I mean, even the cliffhangers from each week's episode were sure to keep the viewers coming back every week. I know it had me wondering what would happen, whether it was a giant bribe that wasn't taken, or a coin flip that determined a big outcome in the game. Even the cliffhangers were well thought out. As someone who has a business, this show couldn't help but make me think of my own business. The way that every aspect of the show was thought about in this is something that we should look at in our business. Whether it's marketing, labor, employees, or growth, are we giving enough attention to detail in all of the aspects of our business? Something else to take note of is that Beast Games was on Amazon Prime, not on the Mr. Beast YouTube channel. This might seem like a silly idea, but Mr. Beast going on something like Amazon Prime, where there's a whole new viewer base that he may not have had if he posted it to his YouTube, will not only help grow his brand, but also his YouTube channel directly. In the same way, we should be marketing in our business to as many audiences as we can, within our niche, of course. My business is in lawn care, and 80 to 90% of my clients have come from just door hangers and putting business cards on people's doormats. This shows me that I could definitely expand through social media, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram, maybe try to grow my business online more and reach a new audience that way. The contestants themselves also did things that we could learn as business owners. There were a handful of players that established themselves as leaders in the show. These people turned down big bribes so that their team could remain in the game and they wouldn't be eliminated. This puts them in a position of authority, and they were seen as very highly amongst the rest of the contestants, which helped them gain immunity from being voted out by certain contestants. The ones who became leaders weren't super smart or super deceptive, they just got along with the people, and they built good relationships with them and were good communicators. These are definitely things that you want to have if you're going to be a business owner. So yeah, let me know if you watched Beast Games. Did you have a favorite contestant, a favorite episode? What were your overall thoughts on the show? And if you have a business, let me know if you think it could apply to your business as well. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys for watching. If you found this helpful at all or entertaining, be sure to subscribe and follow along. Just a guy in my 20s trying to grow in multiple ways of life, and this is one of those ways I want to do that. So thanks for sticking around.